Hi and welcome to your July yoga practice. So this month I'm going to be sharing with you a practice that will hopefully allow you a little bit of a pause, chance to move the body, to rest the body and just check in with yourself. July is also a really good month to just tap into really accepting and loving who you are. And I know that's tricky, especially if you're highly sensitive and neurodivergent like me and have always struggled to kind of fit in and find your place. But it's really, really helpful to do this, and it is a practice. So if you're in need of some self-love, if you're in need of a little summer pause, then roll out your mat and let's get going. So when you're ready, we're going to start on the back. So just coming to lie down in constructive rest pose and have your knees bent. Maybe take the feet a bit wider, let the knees knock in, and maybe just come into place your hands on yourself, or if it's really hot and sticky where you are, just let them rest on the floor. If it's okay for you, come and close the eyes and take a couple of sighing breaths to let yourself sink into the practice, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And just take a couple more in your own time. And then as you're ready, just take your mind's awareness on a little journey around your body and notice what's there. Maybe starting with your head and your face, neck, and just slowly working down. And see if it's possible to greet whatever you find, even if it feels uncomfortable, with a sense of acceptance. It's not saying it's okay or you don't want it to change. It's just, okay, that's how it is. So there might be a discovery of a little niggle somewhere, and it's really tempting to let the mind take that and go into judgment and the story as to why it's there, and maybe get into emotions about that. But just for now, see if you can draw your mind back to a sense of accepting that it's there, acknowledging it, giving it space to be noticed. And then placing your hands on yourself if they're not already, and taking 3 long, slow breaths into the belly, into the ribs, and slowly back out. And as you do so, you can just make a mental note of what you discovered in your body, so that we can tend to whatever needs tending. And then blinking open the eyes when you're ready. Bring your feet back to hip width apart. Heels and ankles are about underneath the knees, and just place your arms down by the sides. When you're ready to, we'll breathe in, we'll peel the spine off the mat, lift the hips for bridge pose. And then slowly roll down. We'll breathe in to lift. And then we'll breathe out to lower. And just continue with this for a few breaths. And as you're moving, can you move in a way that is super kind? How would it change how you're moving if you were to move in a real loving and kind way? If you want to, on the next inhale, you can take the arms overhead as you lift the hips. And then lowering them back down as you breathe out. Just moving in a way that works for your body. And if this doesn't work, adapt it so that it does, embracing what you need right now. Okay, the next time the hips lower, we'll bring the knees in towards the chest and just have a little rock from side to side. You can view this as a little bit of a hug. You might want to bring the forehead towards the knees and give yourself a little squeeze, or just rock from side to side. And as you take this little rock from side to side, maybe you can just consider something about yourself that actually you really admire, you really like. Or maybe something about yourself that someone else has said that they like or really admire. Just holding that in yourself. Okay. So from here, we're going to just engage the core a little bit now and connect to our inner power, if you like. Arms can come by the side, and we're going to, before we go anywhere, we're going to act to bring the back to flatten it against the mat. So the spine naturally has curves, but for this we're going to flatten that back against the mat, arms down by the sides, and have a go at lifting the heels off of the mat and holding. If this feels too much, you could do one leg at a time. Or you could even keep the feet down and just work on really drawing, the belly in as you flatten the back against the mat. Doesn't matter where you are in this. Just connecting to that power that you've got in the middle of your body. And as you hold whatever variation, take 3 breaths. Notice the strength in the middle of your body, whatever level you're at. Connecting to your power, your strength. Last breath. And slowly lowering those feet all the way down if they're not already. Sliding them along the mat, taking a big stretch, big breath in. As you get super long and just stretching that out. And then bringing the arms back down by the sides, drawing the knees back in. Hold on to the backs of the thighs as we start to just take a few rocks. And if this doesn't feel right for you, that is okay. You can come up any which way. We're going to swing the legs right round and come to all fours. Wrists under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And let's drop the belly, lift the chest. Breathing in for cow pose. Breathing out, cat. Breathing in and breathing out. In and out. Two more breaths in your own time. And then coming back to a neutral spine. Choices. So either shuffling the knees back and keeping the shoulders over the wrists for half plank, or you can tuck the toes and take it into full plank, doesn't matter. Wherever you are, hold it, take a breath in. Lowering down onto the belly as you breathe out. Press your hips into the mat, hands either side of the rib cage. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale to lower. Breathe in as you press into your hands and breathe out as you come back to a child's pose. And we're going to repeat that little sequence a few times. So come back to your variation, whether it's knees down for half plank or toes tucked, doesn't matter. Breathe in, breathe out, lowering to the belly. Anchor your hips, breathe in. Lift the chest, breathe out to lower the chest. Press into the arms, breathe in, breathe out, back to your child's pose. Let's go again. Your variation of plank. And feel that strength and personal power that you have within you. Press the floor away from you. Breathe in. Breathe out to lower down. Breathe in to lift the chest. Breathe out to lower. Press into your hands. Breathe in, feel strong. And breathe out, child's pose. Let's take one more. Breathe in your plank or variation of. Breathe out to lower down. Breathe in and lift your heart. Breathe out. Feel how strong you are. Breathe in as you press into the hands. Breathe out, child's pose. Pause in your child's pose for a moment. Let the arms rest where they want to. They might want to be back alongside you. And take 3 steady breaths. Whisper any kind words to yourself that you need to hear. Maybe thanking your body for the strength that it's provided to move. And then when you're ready, we're going to lift up almost to a tabletop position, but then we're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips back for a downward facing dog. If this isn't for you, you can stay in all fours, that's not a problem. Maybe take a few rounds of cat and cow. Breathing in, breathing out. Pressing the floor away from you through hands, feet, lifting the hips. And on your next breath out, we're going to walk the feet towards the hands or the hands towards the feet until we find a standing forward fold. Bend the knees as much as you need. You can hold on to the elbows, have a little sway from side to side. Take a full and deep breath into your back. And then as you exhale, we'll roll all the way up to stand. Give your shoulders a little bit of a roll when you get there. Feet hip width apart. Draw your weight back into your heels. Lift your spine. And when you're ready, we'll breathe in, reach for the ceiling. Breathing out, we'll fold forwards. Arms go wide. As you breathe in, open your wings wide. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Lift halfway. And then melt forwards as you breathe out. Take the wings wide as you sweep them back towards the ceiling, breathing in, and plant the palms down through the centre as you breathe out. Take that sequence one more. I'll turn to the side so you can see. Breathing in, arms go wide. Exhale, arms wide as you fold forwards. Open your wings, lift the chest as you breathe in, halfway. And breathing out, all the way back down. Wings go wide, standing tall, breathing in. And palms to touch down through the middle. Beautiful. Standing with your feet hip width apart once again. Just become aware of your shoulder blades. You might want to give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. And then when you're ready, as you breathe in, let's send the arms really wide. Spread through the fingertips. Squeeze the shoulder blades together so the chest almost lifts and pops out. As you breathe out, give yourself a hug. Chin comes to chest. Take it again. Breathing in, lift, lengthen, open, and opposite arm on top as you hug once again. Just take it again. Breathing in, open your heart. Remind yourself of all that is amazing about you. And if that's hard, think about maybe what a friend would say. Last one, breathing in. This is me. This is who I am. And close. And releasing those arms. Taking another couple of rolls of the shoulders. Come and stand at the top of your mat. And we'll breathe in once again, reach for the ceiling. And exhale to fold forwards. Plant your hands. Walk or step the feet back to your downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then lower the knees as you exhale. Come bring your hands back to that all fours position. We'll pivot on the left knee. And it's like we want the left wrist and knee to kind of line up. And then we're lifting the right hip, extending the right leg long along the mat. So we've got right foot, knee, wrist, all in a long line. And then maybe we can lift and open up and reach for the ceiling with our right hand. Breathing in, breathing out. Keep your right foot anchored, your right shin, not your right shin, sorry, your left shin anchored, your left hand, and then lift the heart. Keep breathing into that space. Feel how strong your body is, all that it's doing to allow this movement for you. One more breath. As you exhale, circle that arm all the way over. You might get a rush of blood there. And then bring the knee back. You're welcome to come and sit back on the heels. And we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to flip so you can see me. Coming back to all fours when you're ready. This time we're going to pivot on the right knee. Right shin comes off the mat. Lifting the left hip. Drawing the left arm across the body. We've got right wrist, knee, left foot all in a line. Once again, we're breathing into all that we are. This is me. Connecting to that strength by pressing down through all parts of the body and lifting. Last breath. Okay, take a breath in as you reach that arm up and overhead, and then exhale, come and plant it back down. Bring both knees down, come and sit yourself back into a child's pose, and maybe this time we create a little pillow for the head and rest the head there. Take a deep breath into any parts of you that need that special attention, maybe recalling those parts of your body that felt, I don't know, had a niggle or needed some extra care at the beginning. On your next breath, see if you can just soften your heart, soften your belly. And slowly we'll lift ourselves up. Come and swing those legs around. And then just let yourself slowly come down onto the mat. Stretch the legs out. If you don't want to lie down, you can maybe take this seated. But either way, coming to a place of rest. Closing the eyes, arranging the body in a way that feels good. And then let's take another couple of sighing breaths, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and again. And then just letting each body part in turn take a pause, a rest, take a moment to notice the effects of your movement practice, a moment to be mindful of your body, a moment just to be here and see what there is. And maybe we do so in a way that's still with that accepting quality, allowing it all to be whatever's there. start to slightly deepen the breath, and if you have longer in which to pause, then feel free to take it. And always bringing one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, and maybe even bringing the feet back to the mat and letting the knees knock in. And perhaps as you close or as you end, just noticing what you've discovered about yourself and maybe what you need. What is it that you need going forwards? And slowly rolling to the side, coming back up to a seated position. Eyes still closed, just offering yourself any final words of love, of compassion, of kindness, as if you are your most dearest friend. And blinking open when you're ready. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this practice provided some kind of balm through the crazy times of the summer, potentially. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and of course subscribe if you haven't already, and share this with anyone, any other sensitive soul out there that may need the balm too. Okay, take care for now, and I'll see you on the next video.